Welcome back to Buzz TV. I'm Steve Strum. This morning we have Tomas Jimenez from Jimenez Law. Good morning.
Good morning.
So we were talking a little bit offset. Tell us a little bit about your firm.
So I'm a solo practitioner. I opened the office here in San Marco in Jacksonville, Florida about 3 years ago. And my practice primarily is real estate transactional work. I do some business law, formation of entities and structuring of investments and so forth.
So we were talking a little bit about that part of your business.
Yes.
And professionally, I serve in the business community as well. Tell us a little bit about some of the reasons why a person would want to come see you to do business organization formalities. Let's use, as an example, you and I want to become a business.
Sure.
Why do I want to come see you or an attorney in order to make sure that gets done right?
Well, it's interesting because there's a common misconception that forming an entity and creating a partnership or a corporation is very simple to do, because you can literally go on to Sunbiz, here at the State of Florida Secretary of State's website, and form an entity. And you say, well, I go on there real quick, I'll pay the fee, I'll set up the corporation or the LLC, and I'm ready to go business.
So $72 later, I can be a business.
Exactly. Send your application to the IRS, get an EIN, and go get a bank account, start working. But the problem there is that you only have a formation on the state's website, and you don't actually have what we call an operating agreement for an LLC or bylaws with regard to a corporation. So there can be some mistakes made with regard to the actual structuring and determining who are the owners, who has the legal rights to make decisions for the company, and who has the rights to receive the benefits of the profits, essentially.
So when we just started a business, right, we love each other, right?
Sure.
We had the honeymoon period.
Right.
It's okay that I'm going bald. It's okay you're a little taller than me. Life's good, right? But it doesn't matter so much when we're in that honeymoon phase of the business.
That's right.
It's on the other side, whether it's a separation, whether one of us dies, becomes disabled, divorce, bankruptcy, all of the boogeymen that can strike.
Absolutely.
And let's just say, for example, that it's one where I hold a license to conduct business and you happen to be the financial investor as a concept.
Correct.
Well, without me, you can't have a business. Without you, I don't have money.
Correct.
Now all of a sudden, I go bankrupt.
Right.
And now it becomes a little dicey. Tell us a little bit about what happens in the absence of those good planning scenarios that you provide as your firm.
Well, what happens is that you have misunderstandings. Obviously, like you mentioned earlier, the beginning of the relationship is a courtship. Everybody's happy. We're excited about this entity, about this venture we're going to do. Everything's lovey-dovey, and unfortunately, a lot of times, or the majority of the times, it ends up in some sort of fight over who has the ultimate control and who's entitled to have, again, the profits and the ownership of the business. So, we see that happen because of poor planning, which is ultimately what we're getting at, and poor structure from the beginning. Unfortunately, that's a product of folks trying to save money on the front end, as opposed to spending a little bit of money on the front end, getting it structured properly. And to be honest with you, when we do these things at our firm, if it's something that's basic, it's less than $1,000 to set it up. It's not anything that's incredibly expensive. And then, when you see folks that get into a dispute later, it costs many thousands of dollars in litigation costs, and could have been all avoided by just doing a little bit of planning on the front end. And
so it's the whole the ounce of prevention is better than the pound of the cure deal.
Absolutely, 100%. It's probably a little bit more than that.
But you're a person. So not just a super lawyer, you're a person. So you family man, do some stuff in the fun community.
I do, yes.
So tell us a little bit about who you are. Who are you as a human?
Okay, so I'm actually a Jacksonville native. Been here my entire life. My family came here. I'm of Cuban descent. My father's Cuban, my mother's Italian. My family came here in early 1960, actually, from Cuba. And but been here in Jacksonville for all of my life. I've got a 4.5-year-old son. We do a lot of baseball, a lot of basketball. I get to coach the team. Been doing that for 3 years, 3 seasons. 1 year now on the T-ball, and we're just having fun, just go to IndyCar races, in Watkins Glen and down in St. Pete. So we have a good time.
Oh, it's good to have some of the balance, right? So
Absolutely.
Yeah, my big adventure, we were talking before we filmed, the new movie, the new dinosaur movie comes out, and my son, I think he bought me tickets for Father's Day for him to go see the movie. Right.
That's awesome.
Interesting. So yeah, but I appreciate that. If anybody wants to find out more about your firm, how do they connect with you?
So we have our website, Jimenez-lawfirm.com. You can give us a call at, I have an interesting phone number. It's, if you can't remember numbers, you can remember call Tom. So my phone number is 904-CALL-TOM. That's 904-225-5866. and we have someone who answers our phones for us 24 hours a day, although we do work 8 to 5. I'm generally in the office after hours, although when I'm there after hours, we do have the phones forwarded because I'm like in the salt mines doing work at that point. So I try to stay focused on my work after hours or early in the morning, and do it without distractions. So, but if you do call and it's something that's important, we always return the call very promptly. So.
Well, I appreciate your insight into business planning, and thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Guys, thanks for joining us on Buzz TV. If you like us, share us, and remember, live with gratitude.